Hello, everybody. Welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey and what you're meant to hear today. Love these cards. I think they're so beautiful. These Goddess cards by Colette. So we have Lastra, New Beginnings. We have Iris, Communication. We have Mary, Miracles. So in this, I feel like we're going to be starting something that's exciting, and we're going to have these, fresh excitement that's kind of bubbling under the surface. Like, what do I want next? Honestly, so just wherever you are right now, wherever you're sitting, say, what could take place today that would get me truly excited about this day, about my life, about my friends, about my work, whatever you want it to be. I love to start something new and fresh and to diversify every single day. Because I have noticed if I feel any groundhog action, like things feeling like they're recurring over and over, even in my gym time, first I was like, I like scheduling and I like to have things in a routine. But I was finding by setting a time every day, I started to develop a pattern right away, as we tend to do, right? Like I was like, okay, I go here at 1 and then I go grocery shopping, I go here. And then I was like getting in a pattern. So now I was like, you know what? I want this bag of dice and I'm just going to roll it. Although I want to go every day, I don't have to go exactly at 1 because I would rather have different experiences than start to set this weird routine where I'm doing the same things over and over. So I started New Beginnings. Like just a couple of days ago, I said, you know what, go an hour later so you have time for, a little just outside time, sitting in your yard meditation, making some extra jewelry, and just changing things that I knew would benefit me, going to bed a little bit earlier. Here's something that I was picturing as I just began this read too. I saw a lot of you, which I also partake in, late night scrolling and just laying in bed for hours, just going through IG, scrolling. And it has that weird anticipatory energy, like we're going to find that thing, that perfect thing, But meanwhile, we see cats doing tricks. We see babies that can hear for the first time. We see all of these innumerable things and curiosities. But it's one little glimpse. It's like reading the first page of a new book every minute. And it's unsatisfying because we're not really getting any plots, any endings, or any tie-offs. We're just getting little glimpses, right? And it's just something that is really, that algorithm is made to be addictive. So I feel like now in something that I've implemented, that I give myself, I know you like to look at your pictures and chill it. You get 20 minutes, that's it. Set a timer and then end it. And this brings us into the communication. Like I feel like we're really going to be able to communicate with our guides and our angels and make attempts in all the directions that are going to benefit us. Mind, body, spirit. Like, listen, what's in my refrigerator? Am I devouring like garbage and sugar and fats and oils and a bunch of stuff that I don't need? I'm going to get rid of that. And we all know how we feel, what we put in our body makes a big difference. If you're having lots of fried foods and stuff, it's like you don't feel like getting up and going for that walk, or, and it also can mentally kind of fog us out too. So cleaning up that area. There could be an area of your house where you have clutter in a spare bedroom, in your laundry room, whatever. Just doing all of these things. I feel with this New Beginnings in communication, you're hearing and noticing the things that you should, that are going to benefit you long-term and short-term. And I've been talking about this thing that I do for myself too. My short-term sacrifice for long-term goals. That's not going through the drive-through so you can get food right away and you don't have to cook later, instead of going to the grocery store, which is long-term gain. And lots of times, like drive-throughs now can be really expensive. You can I remember going on the highway the other day and I just was picking up something for Hagen. I'm not kidding you. It was like it was like chicken McNuggets and French fries and a soda. It is $18.95 for one meal. I know that's a highway price, but I thought that's like, you can go to a restaurant for that, like a proper restaurant. And I was like, okay, that's definitely short-term loss for long-term loss too. So now it's like, instead going to the grocery store and, really looking for good ingredients, doing all of that. And communication also, that means to me, who do we want to communicate with? What friendship group, what kindred circle, what family members? Where do we have great, rich communication that makes us feel good about ourselves? And we have, a laugh or two and we feel supported. Or where, on the opposite hand, do we feel criticized, judged, and like where there's aggression? And we can be completely, let's set up those boundaries that are healthy, that just, if we make it clear that certain communication is unacceptable to us, bullying, whatever it is, aggression, we're not going to put up with this, and they don't kind of comply with our wishes and our boundaries, guess what? That's a block. That's kind of like a block, Control Alt Delete. That person gets a timeout, because we deserve, if we communicate like an adult with love and care and diplomacy, and others can't do that for us, we need to evaluate who we want to communicate with as well, because that brings us to Mary and miracles. There are so many miracles every single day to be discovered, and everything. And sometimes you just go online, and you see all these fantastic medical breakthroughs. You see all these things that kids are doing that are hilarious. I'm serious. I don't know if it's this generation, but kids are so like song and dance and tech savvy. Like, they'll whack on some song and they will jam out like they've been on this planet for 50 years, and they're like 1 or 2 years old. I just can't. I love it. I have to be careful not to put those on, because I will just go down the rabbit hole and just watch kids dance for 6 years and nobody will even know that I perished in my room. Be too busy watching it. That sort of thing. All these wonderful miracles too, of people really coming to the aid of others, as we see things going on in the world, how people really, there are true heroes every day, everywhere. And there's also miracles that sometimes when we look closer at our lives, they really are happening for us too. That quick, like, whoo, that wonderful medical phenomenon that just came in for us. We got that perfect doctor, we got that perfect dentist, we got that perfect person that took a look and they were like, hey, you have this, here's the remedy, let's carry on. Those sort of things. Also, just medical science in general, the miracles involved in that is amazing. But when you think of just a family unit and how we support each other and how beautiful that is, and how we can have a laugh and things of that nature, and the fact that I always find it a miracle that we look like our family members. And sometimes one of my kids will be talking to me and they'll laugh, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I'll see my mother and I'll see my father in them, and I just want to cry. I'm like, that's such a miracle, these little attributes and traits that we pass on to our children, generationally. And it's really wonderful. Gestures, laughters, tendencies, behaviors that emulate either us or another generation past. It's absolutely, that's a beautiful miracle to me too. And right now, it's like, I believe in this world, when we look for miracles, when we have our eyes peeled for them, when we know that they are everywhere, it's kind of inescapable. We see all the beauty and the magic that surrounds us. I love when I go through my my tennis and basketball park that's right up the road, and I see like a dad teaching his daughter how to play basketball, and she gets that swish, and he's so damn excited that he can hardly contain himself, and he starts doing laps around the court. Beautiful things like that, and really weird things too, like when it rains a lot, it will kind of flood the little grassy areas of the park, and the ducks will just come and float around there, and you'll see ducks just swimming near the tennis court, and it just all of these natural miracles that take place. And when we look for them, we find them. So let's start looking for miracles. Let's start communicating to our guides more, and clarifying what we want, and purposefully moving towards that with patience and love and care. And also new beginnings, start things that are new. Get curious and excited about any new direction you want to go in, whether it's a creative endeavor, a holiday, whatever it is. So, we can bolster our sense of expansion. Like, I'm not limited to my town. I'm not limited to my country. I'm not limited to my continent. I can go anywhere or do anything and be anything at any time that I want, that type of energy. So that's what you're meant to hear today. Thank you, my lovelies. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't. Much appreciated. Have a great day.